That's Space Master's real name.
That would never
Malingus.
happen.
Or about how Alexander is skipping tonight to juggle his balls.
Oh man. Yeah, there's a Powered by the Apocalypse space game that I was glancing at. It's, all this stuff is kind of interesting, and I was happy to see that they call their game master Space Master. I was happy to see that, so made me feel good. Okay, here we go. I trim the videos later. Just start with this part. So, Terran date 24/01/31/92. This is a harsh mistress. GTW 3492. 1 unit of spike fuel. 21 days of life support. 36 days until maintenance. Cargo: 75 tons of unknown alien flora and 20 tons of a pre-tech battle mech. System 0405 claimed by Gateway. In orbit around Sirocco. Destination: REP 045 Alpha, Republic of Gateway Minor Military Orbital Station. Current mission: none. Let me show you what that looks like.
Well, that's not intimidating at all.
Okay, so the
Luxury cruise.
this is called a minor military orbital station because it's nowhere near as big as the one in orbit around Gateway, the capital system of the Republic of Gateway. This is only a quote-unquote minor one, but as you can see, it is still bristling with weapons. It is home to, somewhere around 20 to 30 ships, including a number of military fighters, a smaller number of military patrol boats, and one corvette. And you are in your final docking pattern right now with the station, having been summoned here quite directly for a quote-unquote routine cargo inspection. What I want to do is just look briefly at the system. So if you go into Trello, there's a link to the sector map right at the top left corner. And on that Lamia sector map, there's like a green cross down in the bottom. And if you hover on the top right-hand corner system in that green cross, you'll see it's Gateway 0405. Tell me when you've got that open.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Got it.
So you can see this is a Class M star at the heart of the system, and there's a number of different things in this system. The only ones that are interesting are on this, because that's what SWN does. So assume there's other planets and minor features, but the 2 planets that are interesting here are Sirocco, which you can click through to see more details of if you like, and also a planet called Vermar, which is a barren planet. There's some scientific exploration on it right now, and because of that, it's a super low tech level. And there's some sort of a very basic alien discovery that's been there that everything's being researched right now. Also in the system is an asteroid belt, and if you click through that, you can see there's an asteroid base without any info associated with it, as is a space station. So just a little reminder of some of the features that are in this sector, Gateway 0405.
That's neat.
So this day's been going on a long time. The party woke up this morning on the ship back down on planet when those giant lizards carried in the cargo. Soon after that was what's called the mine explosion, where the party decided to help the locals and pull some of their families out. After that same day was the Temple of the Walker, with the big thing that happened last session. And this is still that day. You've just blasted off from a station. I think it was about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours on the ship until you arrived after you were summoned towards the military orbital. So the day's been going on for a long time. So you may or may not be tired, etc., etc. One question I want to ask everybody is, and we'll start with Sakimi, what's your clearest memory from Sirocco? One that will stay with your character for a while.
The death of Terakai.
Akira?
Being in the suit.
Junbi?
Oh. I guess that last combat with the worms were.
And Yuri?
The combat with the worms.
Okay, so the Harsh Mistress is on final docking approach to this minor military orbital station, and you've had a couple different sets of cargo at one point, and since they're summoning you for a cargo inspection, I thought it was useful just to review that. What you carried on the way to Sirocco to trade with the locals were some assault rifles. They're from Gateway. They're legal with a permit, so as long as they were declared, etc., that would be fine. It doesn't seem like they were declared. That wasn't really on the manifest. But the assault rifles themselves would be legal. The alien fungus you're carrying right now it's like a question mark. It's unknown. You've never seen anything like it. Certainly, there are reports of people trading alien flora and fauna back with Gateway, but you're not sure the procedures or clearance for any of that stuff. And then the pre-tech battle mech is the big unknown, right? And just to be clear, it's pre-tech is stuff that you've never seen before. So you may have heard rumors of it. The media may have sensationalized a few episodes related to it, but certainly pre-tech, by its very nature, is not routine. So that battle mech was quite exotic and unknown to everybody. Any questions on that? Okay. Do you want to do anything before the ship finishes its landing routine with the station?
The only thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that my weapons are securely stowed in my cabin and not on my person.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Yuri, are you following suit?
Is it normal protocol for that, or is he just, since they're just investigating their cargo?
No clear answer.
He'll probably keep his weapons on him, just not carry the giant laser rifle.
And I guess just check on Junbi for consistency.
Nah, I'll keep my pistol with me.
Okay. Okay, so the way docking works is actually you give over control of your ship. This is totally routine, happens when ships are docking with any other station, and the automated docking routines take over. So the ship comes and lands down and touches down gently on the dock. This is not like an umbilical cord that comes out and connects to your ship. You actually went through like a bluish barrier, a very high-tech barrier that kept the space on one side and the inside of the orbital on the other. And this is obviously the main landing area for the orbital itself. It's divided roughly into a civilian area and a military area. You're the only ship landing in the civilian area, and just on the other half, separated by some barriers, is the military area where, again, you see lots of fighters, you see a handful of patrol boats, and you do see that one Corvette. And the ship touches down. You see a droid coming out to greet the ship, and he's waiting down below underneath where the ship is.
Yeah, I'll go down to the loading dock. Our loading dock.
I will follow. I will follow my Daimo.
Yuri will follow as well.
I'll hang out on the ship, thanks.
Okay, I'm assuming you go out to greet the droid or somehow open the dock or something. Sakimi, what's that look like?
Yeah, I'll lower the plank and walk down.
Okay, so the major loading dock at the bottom of the ship opens. It's big enough to load tons and tons of cargo on, so pretty serious thing. This is where all of those, let's call them refugees for the moment, were climbing on the ship before. And the droid is there, and it electronically says, "Hello, crew of GTW 3492. Please leave any weapons or armor on your ship. Please follow me. Please follow me."
Hey, Yuri, why don't you stay on the ship?
You sure, boss?
Yeah, it's okay. We're in no danger here.
All right. Yuri goes back to the ship.
Sakimi walks forward.
I'll go with you, but I guess I'm giving my pistol to Yuri.
You saw your pistol? Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
leave it on the ship.
He'll take it with him back to the ship.
Okay, Akira, you're up in the ship paying attention to things. What does this droid look like?
It's humanoid. It's made out of a dark gray matte plastic ceramic something, higher tech material. It's got kind of a lightly bulbous head with almost a Cylon type visor on the front of it, and it just seems really a little. It's a little unsteady while it walks. Like maybe its legs aren't quite aligned properly.
Super. Yuri, you were peeking out through the landing dock, evaluating the situation as your boss said she was okay. What does this landing area look like? What else is there?
For the most part, it seems pretty clean, except in one back corner, there seems to be a bunch of boxes all tarped, and you can't make out what they are.
Cool. Okay, Sakimi and Junbi, you're following the droid. It takes you just a few moments. You're crossing the big open landing area, and then you're entering a door that enters into a non-secured, non-classified kind of public waiting area. Sakimi, what does this civilian area look like behind the door and the waiting room?
Kind of like the lobby where you bring your car to get an oil change. So there's like a sad little setup of bagels. Most of them are probably hard. A terrible coffee pot that's like completely out of coffee. Peeling paint on the walls. Uh, a cork board with like nothing on it. It just looks pretty backwater.
Awesome. Junbi, you're really happy to tell that you just get this sense of electronics all over the place. There is a very faint broadcast in the background, droning on with some routine announcement. There's definitely some jacks and some data ports around. There's a screen flickering on the wall. What's it look like?
This is smelling like they probably have a very low grade networking staff on site, and so there are probably plenty of juicy vulnerabilities to dive into.
Let's extend that and say maybe plenty of juicy vulnerabilities over here on the civilian side, which is maybe not upkept so well.
Okay.
Okay, the droid brings you into the waiting room. His arm comes up and he interfaces with a lock on a door on the far side. He opens up that lock, goes through the door, and the door closes behind him. You're in the waiting room.
I guess we wait here.
And for the sake of role playing, your radio communications work just fine with your ship, so you all have earpieces and you're able to monitor as each other progress and communicate freely as you like.
Okay.
Any of you ever see that ancient Earthian movie, Star Wars: The Phantom Menace?
No.
This is kind of reminding me of that.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, if the ship blows up, it's a bad thing.
Yes.
Well, that's pretty much goes without saying. If the ship blows up, that's bad.
And you're waiting.
Yeah, Sakimi doesn't sit. She'll just kind of not pace, but move about the waiting room.
I'd like to sniff around the civilian network if possible.
Okay, Junbi, before we get to that, Akira, what else are you doing?
If the full shutdown sequence is done and we're then I'm just going to keep the audio up for hearing these guys if anything happens, and put up a couple of quarters in the arcade machine.
Okay, and Yuri.
Probably gonna be a little antsy. Probably check on the turret, clean his guns, keep an ear on the radio, and it's just gonna be pacing around, waiting.
It sounds to me like the ship access ramp is still open, Yuri, if you wanted to kind of poke any glances out there.
He'd definitely keep poking glances out there too.
All right, Junbi, you proposed something very interesting. What kind of equipment do you have on you, and what are you looking to access?
What equipment do I have on me? Well, I'm not using any of my line shunts, because they don't make any sense here. Let me look up what the meta tool technically is for.
Medical is more like a tool kit.
Yeah, I think it's the data slab is that primary universal computing device.
Yeah.
Either
Yeah.
tapping a data line with a meta tool or plugging into a connect. No, the meta tool does the trick.
Oh, cool.
Right
Okay.
So my meta tool, in my mind, is it just looks like an iPad tablet, you know.
No. A meta tool would be more like the actual physical device that gets you into a physical line, like the things that telephone workers use.
I see.
Your data slab or your data pad or your computing devices.
Right.
The meta tool is also used for like repairing things and opening up electronics.
Well, so in this case, if there's a wireless access point, I can use the meta tool to access it as well.
Awesome. So what does this look like as you're just starting to get your gear out and probe around?
In my case, it's just opening up a series of kind of pre-programmed scripts that kind of scan around for data networks on like typical broadcast bands, seeing what's available, and kind of, I don't know, just kind of an app launch period.
So I think Junbi starts to poke around on his data slab and gets his meta tool out and starts to poke around with that a little bit as well, kind of intently focusing. Is that a reasonable summary?
Yeah.
Sakimi, you're in the same room. You notice this. You want to do anything about it or just let him proceed?
Is this akin to like me walking up to an internet terminal in the airport and browsing the internet, or is this something a little bit more?
I think it's like getting your laptop out and sticking a cable in the wall.
Discreetly, though, I hope.
All right. If it goes beyond that, I'll do something. For now, that's fine. Whatever.
All right, Junbi, what are you trying to do?
Let's see. I guess I'd like to start by get general information. So I would like to be able to. Well, I'll start with getting a map of the whole compound. Of
So
the whole.
from the civilian side network, you can get a whole bunch of info, but it's limited to the civilian side network. From the civilian side network, there's also a very big, strong wall into the classified military part of the network that you would take work to break through. So I'm happy to give you whatever you want from the civilian side to start, or be clear that you're trying to break through to the military side.
Okay, I'll just stick with the civilian side for now.
So you're able to get a very basic map, like a visitor's guide more, to the non-classified parts, which are around the landing dock. And you can see that there's a few more rooms past this waiting room that you're into. But obviously you're only seeing like 7% of the entire complex.
I gotcha. Any way that I could get a more detailed map, like an infrastructure one that has, where maybe a server room is or anything like that?
There's nothing interesting on the civilian side. It's just a series of waiting rooms, meeting rooms, reception area, etc.
Okay.
So there is like an infrastructure location, but it's a connection through to the secure military side. So it's quite clear that this whole area is being powered and run from the dark side.
Okay. Okay. Can I get a list of all the staff that work in the civilian side? If there are any.
Yeah. So a couple things. One is there is no human staff on the civilian side. It's completely automated. There's about 3 droids that run it. And number 2, you are able to get a directory of the top-ranking military personnel, including a very basic biography on Vice Admiral Grumpf, the Vesk, who is the commanding officer of the station.
Yeah, it's a very unfortunate name. Okay, so just 3 droids here, and and everyone else is on the military network, huh? Okay, I'll need to think about this for a second. So
Okay.
I will just, I will pass my turn.
Okay, after a couple minutes while Junbi's kind of, I think that's like browsing Junbi. You're just like poking around, getting some info, thinking about things. We won't call that hardcore hacking Sakimi, so I would say nothing that, like, he's not sweating down his brows or swearing as his fingers are typing across his data slab or anything. He's just browsing. 2 people enter the room. One is a stern younger woman with glasses and a short haircut. And the other one is a bald man, kind of hard to tell his age, both human, and he's got bright purple eyes. Both of them are dressed in military uniforms, but they don't have rank or names on their uniforms. She comes in and kind of nods at your direction, gestures towards some seats at a table that was in the corner, and she goes and she sits down. The man actually stays back a little bit, watching the table, but he's slouched against a couch that's in the corner, and he's not sitting directly there. And she says, "Please sit."
All right. I'll walk over and sit.
Suppose I will sit as well.
So, we'd like some information about what happened on Sirocco. And she's just looking at you. And the man with the purple eyes is also looking at you.
All right. What kind of information do you want?
Please go ahead. Just tell us what happened on Sirocco.
Yeah. So as you know, we're not the owner of the Harsh Mistress. That's. Hold on.
Mara.
Why isn't she on the? She needs to be clearly on the Trello. That's Mara something or other.
Mead.
Jade? No, that's good.
Mead.
Mara Mead. That's Mara Mead. As you know, She hired us to deliver goods and sundries to the surface of Sirocco, where we picked up some cargo. It's in our manifest. You're more than welcome to look at it. While we were on the planet, there was some sort dealing with the locals. There was some sort of loud earthquake. The people started scrambling. A storm came in. We tried our best to save the people that we could and get them out to safety. And now we're on our way home.
So while you're talking, the woman is paying attention kind of coolly. You know, she sat at the table trying to keep a real neutral expression on her face, listening intently. The bald man with the bright purple eyes is kind of leaning back, and as you're talking, he takes a coin out of his pocket and he just starts to flip it. Ping! And he catches it in his hand. Ping! And he flips it in. He catches it in his hand, and he's staring at you quite intently.
I seem to be ignoring him and focused on the woman in front of me.
Who were you working with?
Shit. I have this.
Ashkahaz?
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, I finally found it. Ashkaz and Alkun, I believe, were the names of the groups.
Yes, that's the name of one of the factions, but who exactly? Ping! He flips a coin. Catches it again.
Yeah, this is not Sakimi. This is Matt.
Yeah,
I don't think I ever wrote down his name.
you gave us his name randomly at one point, Space Master.
That's okay. Sakimi may not remember.
I'm sorry. It's been a long few days. I do not remember. Again, this was not my deal.
You described an earthquake, but we know it wasn't an earthquake. What caused that explosion?
I don't know.
Ping! Kind of catches the coin again. What did you see at the compound? You said you went there to pull some people out. What did you see exactly?
Couldn't really see much. Our pilot landed in the middle of a storm. People were running everywhere with their belongings, which we brought on as many as we could, and brought them to safety.
She turns and she looks at Junbi directly. What were you doing on the planet?
I was assisting my colleague here with the trade. I am the comms officer on the vessel, the Harsh Mistress.
So you were looking at the sensors of the ship the whole time if you were the comms officer?
That's correct.
What caused that explosion?
I couldn't say. Our sensors are not that sophisticated. All we knew was the direction and how big it looked from a distance.
Ping! The coin flips. Junbi, you're
Did she
kind
give
of.
us her name? Did she give us her name yet?
Nope.
I'll say, I am Captain Sakimi Taylor. Your name is?
She keeps talking to Junbi. What did you see in that compound? Junbi, you're hip to this stuff. Make a mental save.
Where is it?
Nice.
Wow! Come on, game.
Oh, we sent the two worst rollers in.
Junbi, you're kind of Junbi, tell me about your mental state. Are you like a little nervous? Are you really confident? Are you trying to bluff?
I would say I'm probably overconfident, trying to bluff.
Okay, cool. Junbi, it's quite clear to you that the bald man who's looking at you, the purple eyes, they like flare for you, and it's almost slightly psychedelic for a moment, and you can feel a presence in your mind.
Hmm.
What exactly did you see in that compound? She asks Junbi.
um, I think really all we saw was the workers and the soldiers feasting. You know, the compound really wasn't. There really wasn't much of a compound where we were at. It's more of a ruins, I guess.
No, I mean the breath mines, the large installation that you flew into, where there was a battle taking place, where you pulled an unknown amount of people out. What exactly did you see?
A bunch of panicked people and my crew being absolute idiots and trying to help them all.
There was no indication of a battle. We're being honest with you, whatever your name is.
Sakimi, make a
Um,
mental save.
fuck you. There you go.
Sakimi, you do not feel a presence in your mind, but you notice the purple eyes, they kind of like flare and dance for a moment. It's a little unsettling. She
If
leans
our
forward
sensors,
and she leans forward and she looks at Sakimi. What exactly was happening on Sirocco?
if our sensors picked up a battle, we would not have flown in there. I'm just looking her dead in the eyes.
She leans back, kind of pushes her chair back for a little bit. The man keeps flipping his coin. Ping! That was a dangerous game you were playing. The factions on Sirocco are almost constantly at war, and it's hard for us to predict a winner. At the moment, those Ashkas have the upper hand in the Bisha region. However, their opponent, a telekinetic Shirin called Hashara, is dangerous, and we suspect its forces were behind that attack at the breath mines. The Republic is careful not to intervene since we cannot predict the consequences. You didn't change the balance of power in any way, did you? For example, by taking action against a military target or selling them armor or weapons?
We took no actions. This is all well beyond our scope. We're here to deliver some goods and get back to Gateway.
What were the goods?
Goods and sundries, we did not see them.
The man stops flipping his coin and he stands up and he clears his throat. The woman glares at you, Tsukimi. What was in the cargo?
As our manifest said, goods and sundries. We were instructed not to open them.
Her eyes wince.
They were
both
sealed.
We both know that's not true. I'm going to have to tell the Admiral about this. Wait here. She stands up and turns and walks through the door. They both walk through the door. It closes behind you. The room is empty.
Whale.
That could have gone better.
Let me see here. Give me a second. Nope. Never mind. I guess I would like to send type a. I don't really want. I don't know. Can I detect if there are any taps or ears in this room?
You had a pretty good look at this room electronically before, and it looked exactly like it is a really dumb, stupid waiting room. Yes, there is a camera in the corner. It seems to be visual only, and it was not activated.
Okay. Well, I tell Sakimi the room doesn't seem to have ears. But this might end poorly for us. What would you like to do, Daimo?
I'm
And
thinking.
I guess I also relay all this back to our ship. Ship?
Um, I don't know. I'd have just told them what was in the boxes because we're not getting off of here if they don't want us to.
Yeah. That helps me not now.
But can't we just blast through doors and leave?
No, I don't suggest that.
Um, if you want to power up the ship and do that, I'll be walking out of it because that's
Okay,
called
okay.
suicide.
We will wait.
Guess we wait.
Okay, how does Sakimi look right now?
Tired, frustrated, not
Jun
very happy.
Junbi?
I'd say that Jumbi looks pretty composed. Jumbi believes in the divine destiny of the Daimo, so whatever happens, it's going to be for the greater good.
Junbi's got a new shirt on?
Yes. This one is a swirling star.
How's Akira look back on the ship?
Um, significantly bored, more than slightly annoyed.
And Yuri?
Bored, getting very antsy, just wants to get moving.
Okay, the door opens again, and there's two military guards in Republic security armor carrying laser rifles over their shoulder. They hold the door open, and just for you to follow, and they turn and flank the door on either side on the far side of the hallway.
All right, go through.
Guess we go to our dooms.
Okay, that's a graphic of the general look at the inside of the ship, just so you have a sense. They walk through a series of hallways. Junbi, it's quite clear to you now that you cross at some point after they do another security code through from the civilian side of the ship to the military side of the ship. On the military side of the ship, you occasionally pass people that are in normal military uniforms with rank and names on their uniforms. The walk takes a couple minutes through the narrow halls. After a short while, you get to an area that is just outside of a bridge, and you are introduced to a tall, gruff Vesk who's in a very well maintained military uniform with lots of rank on the shoulder. This is Rear Admiral Grumpf. The two guards walk away, actually. They back down the hallway, and it's just yourself and Rear Admiral Grumpf, and you're in the hallway just outside of the bridge area, and he's kind of just staring at you to start.
Were any introductions made, or they just deposited us?
They deposited you.
Do we know his rank by seeing it, or are we not that knowledgeable?
They've been calling him Rear Admiral a lot. You downloaded it before. It's up to you whether or not you have the military background to recognize Rear Admiral on a uniform.
All right, well, if they've been calling him that, then I'll nod and say, Rear Admiral.
And he's just looking at you. He sighs. And his kind of lizard eyes like flick and blink strangely.
Hello, sir.
Lieutenant Rodra tells me that down on Sirocco, well, she... Ah! God! What is that? He slaps a headset away from his ears. Ah! Jesus!
Are we all hearing it?
Everybody on the ship, everybody in their headsets pieces, everybody in all the speakers hear that strange sound crackle through every single electronic devices. Vesk shouts his head over the corner. What the hell was that? From inside of the bridge is an answer. Interference, sir. Some sort of a sonic disturbance. It's from another planet in the local system. We've almost got it traced. Vermar, sir. That noise is coming from the planet Vermar.
Well, Rear Admiral, it seems like you have your hands full here. We'll just be on our way.
Back on the ship, Akira, you heard that whine and static feedback as well. Doing anything?
And I'll pop open our comm system and see if I can trace it.
Okay, cool. You could make an int program test whenever you like.
Will likely not succeed.
You'll do better than Junbi and myself.
So you can roll that in parallel, Akira. The Admiral holds up his hand. Just a minute. And he shouts over his corner. What's the status? From inside. Sir, it's just radio interference. Wait, sir, we've got launches. Unknown signals. Looks like ship launches from Vermar? Dozens and dozens? Maybe make that over 100. Sir, there's over 100 unknown ships launched into orbit around Vermar. And the Admiral goes, what? There aren't 100 ships in this whole backwater system. Are you sure? Akira, you don't get anything specific on the sensors.
Yep. Already figured that out.
Back in that hallway. Yes, sir, it's a strange signal, but we can make them out on... Wait! Weapons fired, sir. Those ships are engaging a gateway registered industrial hauler in orbit around Vermar, and it's gone. The ship is destroyed, sir. Akira, on your sensors, you clearly see the battle taking place from within the system. There was a number of weapons flashes around the orbit of the planet of Vermar.
Okay. I inform the control tower that seeing emergency outside of vessel, that we are powering up our vessel to prepare for launch if necessary, and begin doing so.
Okay, you do not get immediate confirmation from the tower, but you are free to power up your ship if you like.
Yep, message sent to cover my ass and powering up.
Yuri, just checking. You heard that crazy static. What did you do after that kind of came through your comms?
I probably would have ran to Akira to see what was going on.
Akira seems to be starting up the ship.
We getting out of here?
Prepping to. Something out there just smoked another vessel. So, getting ready.
Sounds like a good time to leave.
Yep.
Sakimi and Junbi, you're in this hallway. The Admiral's still standing on the threshold. There's a bridge on the far side of him. It's kind of cramped and low, and it's further in, so you can't see it well, but there's clearly a lot more people, a lot more equipment, and lots of noise inside of there. There's a bit more activity now. The Admiral's like glancing at you, but he's mostly looking his direction fully into the bridge now, like shouting back and forth with them. Just giving you a chance to react if you want.
I will step next to the admiral and say, "Listen, if I was in my ship, I would help you. I would help you. I can't. I have to get out of here. Good luck." And I'll turn around and walk away.
Junbi?
I am, of course, going with my Daimo.
Okay. One last voice from inside. Sir, those unknown ships have changed heading. Many are on an intercept course to this location. ETA 2 hours? No, that's too fast. And the admiral walks into the bridge. Sound the general alarm. I want a full report. A loud siren echoes throughout the entire complex. Red light starts flashing everywhere, and a heavy blast door comes back and seals off the bridge as you're walking away from it. You're in this hallway walking alone.
We're
Sakimi.
probably moving a little faster. And I just turn to Junbi and say, "Yeah, that's what I thought." And as I'm walking with Junbi, I'll say to him, "Just get as much data as you can on our way out of here on what the hell's happening."
Aye, aye. Heck, I want to try to hack into the military side. I figure 100 ships against this little outpost.
Oh no, I meant from our ship.
Oh
we're not sticking around here.
no, I know, but I want to hack into it anyway. Can I? I suppose I can't hack and run, can I?
Junbi, it will take some time and some concentration.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe when we're back on the ship.
I'll contact the bridge. All right, we're headed back to you. Let's get out of here.
All right, we're about halfway through powering up. Get here as soon as you can.
We're on it.
Akira and Yuri, you can see a couple things. One is physically just in front of you. It seems like there's a number of pilots running and scrambling to get inside of the ships over on the military side. Those red alarm flashes are flashing every place. And you can hear that the alarm klaxon kind of going off. And they're definitely scrambling the ships. It takes a little while, Akira, as you know, to start them all up. The other thing you can see, Akira and Yuri, clearly on the sensors is around Vermar, there's like these signals. They don't have transponders associated with them. It's strange that you'd be able to see them so far off, but there's like a giant massive signal that's pulled off of the planet of Vermar now and is heading in multiple different locations. The biggest massive signal is headed towards the planet Sirocco.
Okay.
This doesn't look good.
I'm gonna remote close the cargo bay. Tell Sakimi to enter through the airlock when they get here.
Roger that.
Sakimi and Junbi, you can see military people running past you now in these hallways while the red lights is flashing and the alarm is going. Some of the entrances have been sealed off, but there's still plenty of different ways to go. It takes you a minute to figure it out, but you can find your way back to the civilian side and then cross over back out into the waiting area where you were.
Yep, we just get back to the harsh mistress as soon as possible.
Junbi, it is way easier to hack stuff when you're connected to it. I'm just telling you to make it super clear. If you're leaving the military side and you're leaving the waiting room side, you're losing your real ability to get into the system.
That's fine. Probably best to get off of the ship now before we lose the option to do it later.
Okay,
What juicy data am I missing?
Don't know. There's still that juicy data in the core of the ship, though. Sakimi and Junbi, are you walking? Are you trotting? Are you running? There's a couple 100 yards of open landing bay before you get to the ship.
I think we should at least jog.
Oh yeah, we pick up the pace. Probably right from the beginning.
Power walking?
Yes, and slate jog, like a Top Gun on the flight deck type jog.
As you're jogging across the flight deck, you can see 2, now 3 of the Republic military fighters power up and blast off. They don't blast off above your heads, that's the civilian landing side. They blast off on the other half, but the noise and light and sound from them is still quite noticeable. They're streaking out into space. Okay, everybody's on the ship. Akira, a full startup takes 15 minutes of slow, careful preparation and double checking, or you can just say fuck it and hit go. That always has you make a pilot test in order to take off safely. You're an amazing pilot, so it's not too hard, but it does require a test.
Yeah. Fuck it, we're going.
Okay, make a normal pilot test, DC 6. Super.
No problem.
Okay, the harsh mistress lurches forward. Everybody strapped down. Sakimi, I'm assuming you're in the bridge in the captain's chair.
Yep.
Junbi, you're at the comms officer console.
Yep.
Akira, you're up front on the normal pilot area.
Yep.
And you're hanging out with them in the cockpit, or you're up in the turret.
I'm up in the turret.
His favorite spot to be. Okay, you peel
With this
off
poster.
peel off harshly, and you take off into space.
Yeah, Junbi, record everything you can.
Yes, indeed.
So, I am making best time to an exit point from this system.
Yep, awesome. Let me describe stuff a little tiny bit, and then I'll figure out where you're going.
Oh, that was also me talking to the crew.
Sorry.
Yeah. Sakimi will say, get us back to Gateway. Avoid that blob.
Yep. So yes, Space Master, we were just peeling out as fast as possible.
Space tracks.
Yeah, I was just gonna. You beat it. You beat me to it by like 5 seconds.
So Akira, I was looking into this stuff before, and I'll describe more in a second, but just to set it up front. Akira, you're so good, your spike drive rating is always 1 higher. Is that correct?
No. That is the second level of that. Thing.
Got it, and you have
so-
level 1.
Yeah, I have level 1, but I automatically succeed at spike drills that are difficulty 10 or lower.
Yep, for drills themselves. Yep, I totally agree. Spike drives are also used for speed in system, the spike drive rating. Now, you can choose to what's called trim the course, which
Yes,
means your spike
which
drive
means-
rating is improved by 1. That improves your multiplier, so it makes you faster in system space. It'll also make any test you choose to do -2 faster. So I guess my question is, when you're peeling out, are you trying to trim the course straight away and take a slightly less safe but fastest approach, or are you just going normal fast in the ship?
Yes, I am going. I'm cutting every corner I can to make the best time possible.
Okay, I totally got it. Okay, so as always, system space is divided into 2 zones or belts or regions. There's the inner belt, which is here, which is around the sun or the star with the planets. The inner belt is where both Sirocco is, which you're close to, and Vermar is, which is where that static blob is, which is where they saw those launch signals and where that other ship has already been destroyed. It takes a couple hours. It's up there in the thing, about 6 hours normally to get out of the inner belt. Akira, if you're trimming, then it takes you 3 hours, not 6 hours, for example. In the inner belt before, there were 9 ships that you could see on transponders, very clearly broadcasting before. And there were 2 military patrol boats just out doing their thing. That was kind of normal traffic for the inner belt. You notice right away that there's 1 less ship. So there were 8 transponders that you see, but you see ships slowly disappear from that display as they are turning off their transponders. So you see where the ship used to be, and then your heads-up display shows like a little question mark and it turns to gray. So you can see where the registered ship was, but they're clearly turning off their transponders. So first question for you is, are you turning off your transponder, which is technically against the law, but means you're stop broadcasting your location?
Yeah, I think I would do that if it's my option.
Yep, needs captain permission.
Yeah, I
Alright.
agree. I will swipe right.
Right.
Okay, there's easily detectable signs of combat now from a half dozen different locations, all in the inner system, closer to Vermar. So rather than that one spot of combat before, you see about a half dozen of them now. And you start to, on comms, June B, you start to get distress calls transmitted from ships that were near Vermar, but then those distress calls are cut off abruptly as the ships are destroyed. The strange signals from what you presume are these new ships, they don't have any transponders, but they're really easy to track because there's this like exotic signature. Your ship is still tracking a few ships that have issued distress calls, but if you want to locate any of these other ships, it's going to take a specific signals test. So right now you can see signs of combat. You can see these exotic signals from these other ships that said to have launched, and you'd have to make tests to see anything else. Those exotic signals have broken into over 10 different groups. There's a huge group, like half of the mass is headed towards the Sirocco. The next largest group, about half that, so still quite large, is headed towards the asteroid belt. And then there's about maybe 8 or 9 smaller groups, quite small, that are veering off into different directions. A few of those towards ships that you can already see that are broadcasting distress signals, a few of those towards where ships used to be before they turned off their transponder signals, and a few of those clearly on an intercept course between where you are now and where you're headed to go. It's really hard to count the specific ships and those strange signals. Based on what they said, maybe 100 ships taking off, you're guessing that largest group is dozens and dozens of ships headed to Sirocco. The medium group is a few dozen ships headed to the asteroid belt and the stations there. And then the multiple smaller groups are maybe 6, 8, 10 ships each. It's really hard to tell.
So there's a group heading to where we would exit the system?
Yep. So in space, distances are really big, and even though you're going super fast, it takes you a while to get there. So it's very clear to you what your trajectory is, and it's clear to anybody else measuring your speed, or if your transponder is on what your trajectory is. It's not a mystery. The other smears, these weird signals that you're not sure of what they are, they're clearly not normal ship transponders. You can also chart where they're going by seeing where they were, how fast they're going, and what their heading is. So those two lines are intersecting. And yes, there is a small group, the smallest group, headed in a straight line at the same trajectory you're at.
Hey, Kira, can you change our exit? I want to see if that group changes course or stays true. Now
Yeah.
that our transponder is off.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, I'll just I'll pull a straight vertical, go away from the ecliptic, and go straight up towards that. Yeah, get out of into the third dimension.
Cool. So, Akira, let me just check something. There are ideal exit points from a system to go into spike space, metaspace, to get to a different system. But because of the way it works, you can leave from any place. I'm guessing before you were like trimming the course to get to the ideal exit location as quickly as possible, but now you're maybe pulling away from that.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so your ship banks sharply, and everybody has to hold on as the grav inducer has to compensate for the change in motion a little bit. If the grav inducer wasn't there, you'd all be slapped up against the inside of the ship, perhaps fatally. But it pushes you down into your seats a little bit as he pulls a really hard turn. And it takes a couple minutes of like agonizing watching the signal. But yes, now you're seeing that other distant smear start to slowly change its course as well to create another intercept course to where you're pointed. Go ahead. There's a couple other decisions to make, but keep going yourselves first.
Just for correction, arrival zones are what are fixed. A ship can leave from any location on the rim, traveling toward any destination within reach of its spike drive.
Oh.
So it has no obligation to be on the quote correct side of the star to go leaping off towards a particular stellar destination.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yep.
Okay,
All right. Looks like they can track us.
so
All right, well,
there's a bunch of things that you see on your signal. Do you want me to describe those, or do you want to stay in game longer?
Just a few more. Jumbi, can you tell? I'm assuming they're faster than we are.
Sorry, was there a question in there?
Yeah. Can you tell? Although my assumption is they're faster than we are, so are they going to close the distance before we make the outer rim?
Yes, for free. Anyone looking at the heads-up display, it says if these other ships have transponders, even though they don't have transponders, they're moving at about Spike Drive 3 speed. Spike Drive 2 speed, which is quite fast. Spike Drive 3 speed, which is quite fast. And yes, they're faster than you are. For example, it'll take you 3 hours at this rate to get out of the inner belt. They'll have caught you in 2.
Oh.
That's not great.
That's the understatement.
all right, buckle in and get ready to fight, I guess. Gonna keep the pedal to the metal, though.
That many of them, though? Oof.
Okay, Sakimi, camera's on you for a second. There's stuff happening all over the place, but I just want to make sure we focus on everybody. So camera's on Sakimi.
She is studying all the screens and trying to find a strategic way out of this. Like, is there anything between us and the outer belt? Like other distress signals? Any other military ships coming in? She's just looking at all the screens, trying to figure out a way out of this.
Yep, I'll describe it more in a second. Understood. Junbi, camera's on you.
I don't think we can't. Can we take? See it on gain your program as an AC bonus. There's nothing really clever I can do with the ship combat that I can think of. They're going to reach out, Captain, do you wanna try to contact them? They might be on our side, given who we supplied weapons to down there. I mean, what's it going to hurt? They already know where we're at.
I'll consider it.
That's all I can really do on my plan right now.
Do you want to take action based on that, Junbi? Or was that just for info?
I was leaving it up to our enterprising captain to make a decision.
Yeah, I thought you were going to do a round, Space Master, so I was going to wait on actions.
No, that's okay. I'm just trying to get input from everybody. So if we can continue with this action longer, if Junbi wants to do it.
No, I'm going to wait on that, so I want
Not do
at
it
least
yet.
an
Okay.
hour. Yeah.
Got it. I understand.
But-
Okay, Junbi. Junbi also, you're staring intently at the console. You're the most familiar with all of this stuff. It's like it's static or like interference, or you don't ever get a specific ship signal. What you get is some weird exotic static smear on the console, and these smears are kind of indistinct and clumped with each other. If you want to try to get any more information about it, I'll give you a normal sensors test, which is, I think, in program.
Yeah, I'd like to give it a shot. So you said int plus program?
Yep.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Do I get my hacker bonus?
No, sir.
Bummer. Come on, Dice, give me something better.
So there's anywhere between 3 and 6 ships in the smallest blur that is headed on the intercept course with you.
Okay. Anyway, I can get more in-depth information about what their weapon systems are.
No, not with that roll.
Okay.
Okay, Yuri stepped away. Akira's camera's on you for a moment.
I'm just, trying to escape this pursuit.
Okay, so this is the situation. Number 1, there are many dozens of signals coming from Vermar on an intercept course for the military orbital. That station's got a number of military ships that are scrambling to help it, but it's clear there's going to be a massive, desperate battle around the station. That's number 1. Number 2, there's a single Republic patrol boat that's on a return course back to the orbital. Remember, the patrol boat's a military ship, a little tougher than you. But there are signals that'll reach that patrol boat before it gets to the station. So that patrol boat's at the edge of the inner belt. It's headed back to the system, but there are a smear of ships on an intercept course that'll get there before it goes. A little further out, there's 2 gateway registered ships. There's one merchant and one hauler, and they're moving towards the outer region, towards what would just be the kind of straightest line jump point back to gateway. There are signals on an intercept course that, again, are going to overtake them. And towards the asteroid belt, there's a single Gansu registered ship, a frigate-class hull, that's moving to the outer region, to what you presume is the straight line jump point to Gansu. There's signals on an intercept course that will overtake it. Or you can you can choose to go in either of those directions, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. 1, 2, 3, or 4, or you could choose to go on number 5, which is just to escape entirely.
I am looking to escape entirely.
Question about the Republic patrol boat number 2. How far away is that from us?
It's not far at all. You'll get to the patrol boat faster than either of your signals will get to you.
But there's some signals tracking the patrol boat too?
Yeah.
Oh, how many?
That is for your comms officer to try to figure out. Right now, it's a small smear, similar to your small smear.
Oh, but there's one small smear. There's not like 3 or 4 small smears.
Each smear is going on an indistinct, is going on a different direction. So there's never multiple smears. They would just merge into one bigger smear.
But there's not like 3 little smears going after the patrol boat?
If there were, it would just be one medium-sized smear. Like, they're indistinct.
Yeah. I didn't know if it was coming from a different direction.
They're all coming from the same location, which is Planet Vermar.
Gotcha. And how far away is the patrol boat?
So right now, at your current course, it'll take you 3 hours to get out of the inner system and get to the outer system.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, your small smear is going to intercept you in 2. The patrol boat is 90 minutes away.
What if we bank towards that patrol boat so that way we have some allies in the fight?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Junbi. Well, why don't you give him a hail? I don't want to get fired upon.
All right.
And turn back on our transponder, since it doesn't really help us to have it off.
It does nothing.
Alright, I will grudgingly flip our transponder back on.
Okay, so at the comms console, there's tons of different distress signals or emergency signals. The major orbital, it's the military orbital itself, is saying, attention, attention, system-wide attack in progress. Please avoid military station. All ships scrambling. Attention, attention. The Republic patrol boat is also broadcasting like an emergency signal. It's not a distress call, but it's broadcasting an emergency signal. So it's really, really obvious on the comms. Those 2 gateway registered ship, the merchant is like a full distress call. This is gateway merchant 15906. Need help from any ship that can give assistance. Need help urgently. And the single Gansud registered ship, the frigate towards the asteroids, is also broadcasting an emergency distress call. This is Gansu class ship. Need help now, urgent. So there's comms all over the panel. Junbi.
Well, I want to ignore all that and hail the patrol boat.
Okay. The comms of the patrol boat takes about 4 minutes on a return path, so it's easier just to send a message.
Okay.
All right. Can I record a message to send to them? Is that a thing?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll send them a message. This is Captain Sakimi Taylor of the Harsh Mistress leaving the orbital. Looks like all rats are abandoning ship. Strength in numbers, we're near your location. Looks like we have 2 bogies coming to us. What do you say we meet up and figure things out from there? Out.
Okay, Junbi, send the message.
Yeah, I'll send it.
Okay. A couple minutes goes by. Yuri, camera's on you for a moment. So Yuri, they've been changing course, noting that a strange signal smear continues to track them no matter what, and kind of deciding in which direction to go. Camera's on Yuri to see if you want to do anything.
Yuri has made sure the turret is nice and ready, and he's pointing it in the general direction of where that blur is coming from, and he's ready to take it down. He's kissed his pinup poster. He's ready to go.
It's 2 hours away, Yuri.
He's ready. He'll sit
Awesome.
there for 2 hours on the trigger.
He's twitching.
He's twitching.
I know I have 2 hours, but I am not hitting the bath.
Yuri is descended from snipers.
If he has to, he'll piss in that empty vodka bottle next to him.
Okay, a comm signal comes back. It's about a 6-minute round trip total. Yeah, this is a Republic military patrol boat. Captain Taylor, we receive your message. Any help is good. We are trying to get back to the orbital to aid assistance. So escort us back to the orbital is ideal outcome. If not, we see your intercept course will get to us before either hostile contacts will. So help is appreciated. Over.
Space Master, the message that the orbital was sending out, did it seem like it was meant for civilians, like just avoid the orbital, or did it seem like it was meant for all ships, including their own?
Civilians. It was on a civilian broadcast channel. It's like, don't get close to this thing. A battle is going to happen here. We're shooting everything.
Okay. I will send a message back. Republic Patrol Boat, this is Captain Taylor. We'll meet up. Seems like right after that we're going to have some company, and then we'll see how things go. Be advised, we're not in the best shape. We'll send that.
Okay, Kira, you're on the pilot panel. Are you changing totally to an intercept course to the patrol boat?
Grudgingly.
Yeah, and I'll say to Akira, we'll meet up with them. I don't really have any intentions of escorting them back to the orbital, but I think with them on our side, we'll have a better chance against whatever's chasing us. Do you agree?
Well, I would rather burn out of here and take my chances, but if you think that's what you want to do, then we'll do it.
Yeah, plot intercept.
Okay, just to be clear to everybody, changing that course will definitely bring you to the orbital. Just before, like 20, 30 minutes before either one of the contacts reach it. It also puts you at least an hour and a half, if not 2 hours further from being able to jump out of the system entirely.
Oh, I thought we were an hour and a half away from them, so we'd be an hour and a half outside of the orbital.
But he's going backwards towards the orbital.
I think this still works in our favor to cover our base, cover our retreat, right?
So then at most we'll be an hour out of the orbital, if my monkey math is correct, right? We're going to go an hour and a half out, and then a half hour back, and by then we should be intercepted. Actually, probably even before then, maybe 15 minutes.
Freehand. So
Would
see
be
that
intercept-
green box? That's the orbital.
Hold on.
And here's inner system.
I don't see a green box.
Oh, am I on the wrong
Yeah.
layer? Hold on a second. Hey,
Yeah.
GM info. Let's try this layer. Okay. There's inner system. There's the orbital.
Uh-huh.
You guys are trying to go this way out.
Sure.
He's coming here. And there's a bunch of
Oh.
bogeys coming from like this way. So you can turn and get to them closer. Then the bogeys will get to you, but you're still further from the inner system. And where you want to jump is 48 more hours out of there.
Yep.
So the question is very simply, do you want to help the military ship to help it or to help yourselves, or do you want to ignore the military ship, not get its aid, but also not help it?
No, that was...
We are being pursued, right?
Yes. Kira has not yet tried to escape pursuit. He's just going as fast as he can for the moment. So there's a mechanic for him to try to escape, but that will also put you out of range of the military ship.
I see. Yeah, I think our best option is, I mean, just to cover our bases, right? Like we delay our exit a little bit, but we reduce the damage we incur, so that way we can potentially survive whatever comes up next better. Have increase the odds of the next thing.
We'll help them out. We're close enough. That was
Yuri over the intercom's like, if you scratch the bear's back, it'll eat somebody else for today.
I don't know what that means.
But it sounds good.
Sounds very Russian. All right, we do that. We intercept, or I tell Akira to plot the intercept with the patrol boat. It's up to him what he does.
All right, we'll do it. We'll aim to get there with as much lead time as possible from the alien signals.
Yup, you got it. So just to be clear now, you're changing course and you're going that way, which will put you
Yes.
closer to your friend, but it puts you further from your eventual exit point.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Akira agreed?
Yep.
Sakimi?
Against my better judgment.
Sakimi agreed?
Yes.
Okay, the ship peels. Now, Akira, you could try to. That was at your current pace, which is still trimming. That's how you're able to get there faster, Akira. So just to be clear, you're coming in trimmed, which is a little faster and a little more dangerous, but you'll definitely get there before either of the signals get to you.
Yes.
Okay. Oopsie. There's our Heart's Mistress. Okay, so that takes at least an hour. Does anybody want to do anything?
Can I try scanning these two bogeys coming at us again?
Sure. Now that you're half the distance closer, I'll give you I'll give you a choice. Do you want to do it now when you're further away, or do you want to do it when they're much closer? You get one more chance.
I'll give it one more chance. I'll give it a little bit of time.
Okay. Okay, hour passes. Anybody want to do anything? Yuri, you have an hour. The situation is tense. You're heading towards what you think is a battle. What is Yuri thinking right now?
Yuri's like, I get to fire the big gun again.
June B?
I'm wondering what kind of guns they have on their ships.
Akira?
Um, quietly cursing Sakimi under his breath and thinking about um, the bender he's going to go on when he finally gets back to Gateway.
And Sakimi.
Studying the tactical screens, thinking of any way that she can turn any of this into an advantage strategically, and reminding the Space Master that he is not stopping until we get the Gateway.
Okay. So the patrol boat now is super close. The patrol boat is a little less big than your ship, but your ship is big because you have a big giant cargo hold because you're meant to be moving stuff around. The patrol boat is dense with weaponry.
That's nice.
Once you're in sight of the patrol boat, it's super easy to see his armament. Oh, actually, I have it on his token. I don't need to look it up. So the patrol boat has more hit points than you, 25. It's got more armor than you, 5. And it's got a plasma beam, which is both armor piercing and does 3d6 damage. So quite a powerful main weapon on the patrol boat.
Nice.
I think, Junbi, can you heal them now that we're close?
Can I get another scan? Can I do the scan now? Are they close enough for me to get a good scan?
So the contacts are about a half an hour out, and yes, if you want to have the info before you talk to the patrol boat, now's the time to do it.
Yes, I do.
Okay, same as before.
All right, let's fail this other roll.
Nice.
Come on.
Oh my god.
Can we bring in the Perilous Frontiers system where every time you
Right.
fail, you get a check mark?
Okay, Junpei, they're like smears. You can't get any visuals on them. They're way too far away, even with a zoom camera. And the electronic interrogation is just showing like static. It's like there's a weird cluster of strange signals.
Hmm.
Okay, patrol boat is in two-way communications range.
I open up communications. Hailing patrol boat. This is a harsh mistress.
This is a patrol boat. Nice to see some friendlies. Go ahead.
Hello, this is Captain Sakimi Taylor of the Harsh Mistress. Yes, it's great to see a friendly face. We don't really know what's happening, but looks like we'll have some company in a little under half an hour.
Hi, this is Lieutenant Utler from the Republic patrol boat. Our mission is to get back to the orbital and try to render aid. There's going to be a big fight there. Our biggest concern right now is we've got bogeys about 30 minutes out, and we see that the second group has merged. So they're coming towards us both. How are you fit for combat?
We've taken some damage on the planet's surface, but we'll be able to assist here, and then we're going to continue to the outer belt. The station is very clearly sending civilians away, and this is not my ship. So apologies. I would join you if this was my vessel.
That's okay, Captain. Appreciate the help you can render. If we can get these bogeys off our back, we should have a clear road back to the orbital itself. So appreciate it.
Very well. Contact us if you see anything interesting.
You all have better specs on what's coming at us?
Yeah, I was just about to say, you've got details on what's coming in?
We got nothing. They're just showing up in our scans as oil smears.
Okay. I've got something for you. Where's my picture? Hold on a second. Let me communicate. Are you ready for a broadcast? Can I send some data over?
Yeah, port's open.
All right, 1 second. Sorry, trying to get the right picture here. There we go. I think I can just do this.
That's port 443.
Whoa.
Okay, so the data packet that arrives indicates strange crystalline objects that are vaguely shaped like ships. They're roughly the same size as your ships, and there's multiples of them. The patrol boat had a better scan on them than you did, and the patrol boat says that there are 7 ships total inside of that cluster that is now headed 30 minutes out on an intercept course. So these strange blue crystalline ships giving off a very exotic energy signature. To be clear, you've never seen anything like this before. And 7 of those are inbound to your location.
All right. Thank you for the info.
Shit. They look pretty fragile. Maybe we could run into them. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Let's hope the flat cannon shreds them. Hey, Kira, just take up a position behind the patrol boat a little bit, in a covering position. They have thicker armor. They could take the first salvo.
Did we lose Carl? Sounds like we lost Carl.
Kira will be back.
Oh, sorry. I was on mute. Yeah, don't worry. Once we get into effective range, I'll be going full evasive.
Okay. 30 minutes left.
Would anyone disagree with me if I said that I think that we can expect laser fire?
I don't know what to expect. I've never seen anything like that.
I mean, they could fly up and take bites out of us. I have no idea. This is completely unprecedented.
Hmm.
I mean, they might like join together into one super ship. Who the hell knows?
I want to listen in on any information channels going on out there. See if anyone else is reporting, like in the broadcast, emergency broadcast. Are they saying, are we under missile fire? Are we under gunfire? Are we being eaten? Anything specific coming in the emergency broadcasts?
So far, it's a great question. So far, the combat has been with civilian ships, and the combats ended very quickly, and they did not broadcast any information. This would be the first military ship that was to be engaged.
I guess I wanna ping the main orbital and ask them if I can get a hold of them, if they have optics on any of the destroyed ships, if they have any data that they happen to capture from the destroyed ships, from like scopes or anything that was recording.
The military orbital is broadcasting on the civilian channel that general warning, stay clear, battle imminent. You can try to send an incoming message to them. You're not sure if they're going to answer.
All right. Well, at least die for prosperity. I'd like to set up a streaming message to them. So
Okay.
we are capturing all of our data as we're sending it.
If you want to blast your message extra loud and see if they do it, make another sensor test. Or if you want to try to hack them and drop the message inside of them.
No, we'll just broadcast it, I guess.
Okay. 20 minutes left.
Else on my do list? It's some meditation.
10 minutes left. Five minutes left. Okay. At a couple minutes out, a number of these ships come into view. One,
Hmm.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One of them is smaller and slightly bluish, more bluish color. Yeah, and it seems to be like glowing and pulsing a little tiny bit. Akira, they move very strangely. They're like abrupt, sharp motions. Nothing like smooth about it at all. Junbi, they give off really weird signal. They're really obvious because they're constantly transmitting, but the stuff that they're transmitting just shows up as like static. Yuri, you can see just these little tiny purple pricks in the distance, still too far to engage right now. But you can start to see these strange glowing things. It looked like almost stars at first, but now it's clear that they're slightly bigger than a star and like more purple color, and there's a little cluster of them. On Sakimi, you can see these 7 signals all closing in on you and the patrol boat. As they get into range, you get that crazy burst of static noise again through all of the sensors on the ship, and combat starts. So
Being attacked by fax machines.
Oh, that's a nightmare.
Go ahead and pilot roll. I think it's int or dex for ship.
No, it's a D8. Just looking at it.
But there's a modifier too.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, it's going to be normal initiative, right? Which is enter dex.
Yep, that's correct. And I'm rolling for the patrol boat.
So there's my initiative.
Awesome. And that was a patrol boat I rode, and now here are the crystal ships. Okay.
Yeah, I think our plan, Space Master, and Akira can correct me if I'm wrong, was to kind of take up a supporting position with the patrol boat, kind of like their wingman. So the patrol boat is like the tip of the spear. Does that make sense?
Yep, understood. Okay, so the patrol boat's a little bit closer. Harsh Mistress purposely pulls back a little bit, and the crystal ships come zooming in. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are going to be attacking the patrol boat, and 1, 2 of them are going to be attacking the crystal ship. Are going to be attacking the Harsh Mistress.
Will they attack each other?
The strange blue one that's glowing in the back. Hold on a second here. First is hitting the Harsh Mistress with crash systems. So against the comms officer, we're going to be rolling opposed int program tests. So ready, comms officer?
Ugh.
Oh my god!
Are you an
Wow.
expert? Reroll that if you're an expert.
I'm a psychic.
He's not an expert.
Balls.
Okay, so
I
crash
wouldn't have
systems
even
is
that.
successful against the Harsh Mistress. You get a command point penalty of your next turn, so this one coming up, equal to 1. So you're -1 CP. -1 CP for Harsh. Okay, and 4 of these ships are attacking the patrol boat. I should pop this out. There we go. The patrol boat is AC 14 and armor 5. The crystal ships shoot these blue, purple laser beams.
Hey, called it. Yes, I say
And
that in game.
blue purple lasers fire all over.
Like a rave.
A light switch rave.
Yep.
Sorry, 1 second here. Sorry. That's what happens when I screw that up.
So we have fax machines and light switch raves. It feels like we're being attacked by the 90s.
Oh, stop.
I say this is 1996 all over again.
Man, apparently I needed to get out more in the 90s.
All right, I may have to give that up for now. Okay, and they're shooting laser beams, so it goes like this.
Oh,
Okay, sorry. All right, so here we go. The crystal ship, 4 of these. Let me pop this out because I'll need it. So, should be no modifiers. So, misses the patrol boat.
Yep, we're AC 14.
Nope, patrol boat, not you.
Oh.
Hits the patrol boat. 5 points of damage, armor piercing.
Oh, goodbye, sir.
So, he's down to 20. Number
AC 15? Oh my god.
misses the patrol boat. Misses the patrol boat. And 2 against a harsh mistress. Misses the harsh
Hey.
mistress. Misses the harsh mistress.
Yes,
Okay, harsh mistress, over to you.
those lasers hurt.
Remember, it's a
Um,
10-minute combat round. Talk amongst yourselves and figure out what you want your actions to be. Look in the rule book to see what your station actions are. Sakimi is going to get to assign the order, and then you can take whatever action you want in your order.
So, Akira, evasive maneuvers, and Yuri, you're going to take a shot.
That feels like a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does in keeping with the 90s theme, does anyone else think that that blue ship might be a weak point?
Yeah, well, let's get through these and then we'll see what we see.
It certainly seems like the spot on the Gradius brain that you're supposed to shoot. But yeah, so we're gonna need to generate 5 CP in order to do that because we're
Yes.
at a 1 point penalty.
Yes, I'm well aware. I forget how to do that, Space Master. Or are we just gonna talk it through? I can talk it through if you want.
You need to tell me the actions you're going to take. So look at your actions.
Alright.
It's in the rule book on
Yep.
page 116.
Yeah, I know. So engineering is gonna do duty for +1 CP.
Oh, it's up top. Click on harsh mistress, and then click on
Oh, there
captain
it is.
actions.
Do I have to captain turn first? No, captain actions first, I think.
Yep.
Oh boy.
It's fine, no problem.
Sure.
So then captain bridge actions, CP reset, engineering, gunnery. Captain turn, yeah, X captain turn, sorry.
First action, aha. There we go. Okay. Alright. Second action, oh boy. I wish it took him away. That was that. We'll do then the bridge. Oh no, I did it wrong. Damn it. I keep thinking bridge is captain. That's okay. Captain next. It still works. Comes. That might be it. So the first thing that happens, which one is CP? Is it the green dot?
Yeah.
Okay, we get 2 CP because of my feat, or whatever it's called. to enter. So at the start of every turn, we get 2 CP, but we're down 1 because they jammed our system, so we're at
Yep.
1. Engineering will do their duty to bring us up to 2.
Nobody's on engineering.
Yeah, I can do it. I read through it all.
Oh, so you're not doing bridge?
No, I can do them both.
No, you can't do them both. You have to pick one. You can toggle
Actually-
between them each time, but you can't do both.
Can the robots be on engineering?
Yeah.
The robots, yes, the robots can be on engineering, and all they can do is do your duty.
Yep, that's what they do.
Cool.
So it's supposed to be Captain Bridge, but Bridge you can go. You have 2 CPs, and I'll be able to give 2 to Gunnery, so we'll be good.
Okay. I will perform evasive maneuvers.
So that costs 2. Yeah, very good.
Okay. So all right, I need to get to my character sheet.
Nice.
Success.
So what's our plus to AC?
+2 to AC.
All right. Is that the 14? I think it's the 14.
Shoo. Finally got my laser beam to play.
Oh, jeez.
I thought I was having a
upped
seizure.
I upped their AC to 16. And then I will take an action, a captain action, to make the gunnery spend 2 less command points on their action.
Okay.
Comms is up. Probably doesn't matter what you do, comms, unless there's other actions you can do for 0 CP.
Nope, I'm just doing my duty.
Yeah, you could deal with a crisis if we needed it.
I don't have a crisis yet.
Nope. All right, gunnery.
All right. Is Yuri firing at the closest ship, or are you ordering him to attack the blue ship?
No, attack one of the one that attacked us. Let's clear the path.
All right. I gotta use my modifier, which is shoot. So it's 2 plus 1, so it should be 3.
Yeah, that sounds right. +3. That's what I had calculated out. Okay, so this is what his shots look like. Boom, boom, boom with a flak cannon. Flak battery.
AP 10. Oh, it says it right there. Does it hit?
1 second. Oh god, I gotta turn off my effect.
Oh, shit is going crazy.
Black fire is coming from everywhere.
Sorry, they are AC 15.
I'm gonna have like PTSD at the end of the session.
Okay, so that was 2 effective. That was so his would have cost 0. You've got 1 CP that Junbi generated, I think, net.
Yeah, I don't think
Yep.
it does anything though. We just lose it.
Okay, Yuri, you missed, correct? AC 14 against AC 15. Let's check that roll. 11 plus 3. Yep, that's a miss. Okay. Patrol boat.
Oh yeah.
Patrol boat is firing a plasma beam.
Oh, they're just going to reflect it back at you.
That hits. AC 15 hits. So 6 points of damage, and one of the crystal ships explodes.
That's good, at least.
Crystal ships are up. They are
They only fired
shooting.
one weapon. Oh.
Yeah, he's got one big main weapon. Crystal ships are up. They are firing beams, and that is them shooting their lasers. All right, here we go. 3 attacks on the patrol boat, 2 attacks on the Harsh Mistress. Against a patrol boat first. Miss. Patrol boat. Hits. Patrol boat takes 4 points of damage. And patrol boat, last one. Miss. Crystal ship.
Ooh.
Crystal ship. The little blue one is Harsh Mistress again. Oppose programming because he's crashing systems. So int program oppose Junbi, please.
If only I was an expert. Oh my god, my highest roll ever.
Hey!
Okay, here we go.
Yay!
Come on!
Oh, so cruel.
You just can't win for losing, man. It's brutal to watch.
And I wasn't clear before. They're also doing Sensor Ghost, just on the small one. And he succeeds on Sensor Ghost. Okay, 2 attacks on Harsh Mistress.
Did
Here
they
we go.
crash our system again? -1 CP?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Thanks for keeping track of that. That's what that first success was.
Yep, I got
Okay,
it.
2 attacks against the Harsh Mistress. Remind me about your improved AC in just a moment. Here we go.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
that
shit.
will hit. That will hit.
Okay, 5 points of damage.
Nope, we're not going to take it. I will do a keep it together and roll a crisis instead.
Okay, do the crisis in a moment. Let's just resolve the rest of the round.
Yep.
And second and last attack against the Harsh Mistress. Miss.
Hey.
Okay, you should see a ship crisis up above. Sakimi,
really?
do you see that button or no?
No.
Okay, cool. I have it. Ready? Because you just roll randomly. So I'm going to click a button. It's called Ship Crisis to see what you get.
Mhm.
Right? You don't get to pick it. It's a random?
Correct.
Okay.
Mm-mm-mm.
Target decalibration.
Calibration. What?
The gunnery
Gunnery
computers
computer.
are hopelessly confused and cannot lock the ship's weaponry on the target until this crisis is resolved.
Fuck.
Mhm.
Okay,
Oh, good. It goes to me to solve that one.
so this is a continuing crisis. And this crisis will get resolved when someone, anybody, tells me what they're doing against a difficulty of 10, and you have to have the CPs for it, and it has to be on your turn.
It's
Questions?
0 CP. Yeah.
So,
Killing crisis is 0 CP.
okay, awesome. So, Sakimi, you picked the crisis. So, Sakimi, you describe what happens as a setup. What's a setup? Not the resolution.
Yep. So the laser beam. Oh, that was a natural 20. Laser beam was coming right for the bridge, and hold on, I'm thinking. Yeah, it was coming right for the bridge, and Sakimi threw an override to dip the ship down, and instead of causing severe hull damage, it kind of glanced off the top turret.
Yuri, that was extremely scary as a purple alien laser beam smashed into the turret. You managed to duck below just in time.
Holy shit!
Okay, Harsh Mistress, your turn. Talk it out first.
What's the damage to the turret, Yuri?
It's actually in the targeting system, Jimby. See if you can fix it.
The pinup's fine.
Okay. I will go ahead and let's see. Let me try my best at some Star Trek lingo. I want to go ahead and access the weapons primary manifold and reroute their controls to a auxiliary system in the Harsh Mistress's subsystems.
Yeah, and worst case, if you can't get it, Yuri, if you can't take the shot, then see what you can do from up in the turret.
Okay, we'll resolve that on the turn. We're just determining order
Alright.
now. Keep going.
Yep.
I mean, I clearly need to keep going up with invasive maneuvers if we can.
Oh yes.
Whoa.
That's number one priority. All right. think we need to go this. And then comms. And okay.
All right, the robot
So-
gives you +1 CP.
Yeah, they do their duty, bringing us to 0. But then at the start of the turn, we get 2 because of my feat. And so that's engineering. Captain, I will make it so... Yeah, we'll save the 2 CPs. So I'll make it so the bridge does not uses 2 less CPs for their actions.
Bridge does, okay?
Yep.
That
Bridge
way
is up.
then we've got 2 CP banked after my action, basically.
Yes, just in case they fix it, then Gunnery can take a shot.
Then yeah, here comes evasive. No problem.
Awesome.
Nice. All right, comms, you're up.
All right, let me fail this roll.
Int program target number 10.
I'm supposed to hack with can I use my hack ability?
You have to explain what you're doing.
Describe it.
Well, I mean, I'm basically hacking into like I said, the weapon system's primary manifold, and I'm routing its targeting protocols to a auxiliary subsystem.
I'll give you that, but if you fail, it's going to be a permanent -1 to hit.
Like, for the rest of the game?
Until it gets fixed.
Well, I want to do it because
Yeah, hold on. You get +2 to your roll. I'll use my my ability there, Space Master, once per game to give him my lead skill. So I will help him.
Yep.
So you get +2 to your roll.
Okay.
So Junbi, it's totally up to you what action you want to take. Do you want to hack and get your bonus die, but the penalty could be a -1 for the rest until you get back to a planet? Or do you just want to roll your normal 2/6 and there's no downside?
I want. Boy, I don't know the odds of that. Target of 10. I'll take the hack.
Okay, so 3d6, and remember your extra +2 from Sakimi.
Oh,
Target number
Bam!
10, success. Junbi, describe what happens.
I access the weapon's primary manifold and I reroute targeting controls to an auxiliary subsystem.
Okay, Yuri, the turret comes alive in your hands again.
All right.
Keep going, Sakimi.
Yes, that was comms. Yeah, so yeah, you're up, Yuri. If you fire a weapon, that's 2 CPs.
He happily is pulling that trigger.
Nice.
There we go.
Hey.
Are we targeting a purple one or a blue one?
Purple. One of the ones I was attacking
it's up to Yuri. It's up to Yuri.
Which was the one that almost took my turret off?
The purple.
This one right here.
Yep.
I'll be shooting that one.
Okay, cool.
Fucker.
So that is 4 damage. This is what 4 damage looks like. Ship is still up. Anything else, Harsh Mistress? Flak battery. Hey, hold on a second. Flak battery against fighters, buddy. You get to reroll that twice. So just roll the whole thing again. Remember, the flak battery is against fighter hulls. These are fighter hulls.
Oh.
I know they look big.
Too.
So 6 damage. Ready? Destroyed.
It's dead. Phew.
So just click the button twice
against
next
that
time.
other guy.
Oh, you get 2 attacks.
Yeah, you roll it twice and take the better. Okay, I think that's it for the Harsh Mistress, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, the only problem with that hack is that he had to put it through the food preparation system. So every time the turret turns, like soy crap is spraying all over the kitchen.
Okay.
That's where the other character is. He's just eating it all.
It was the only compatible subsystem.
The patrol boat is doing all sorts of stuff to try to make itself stay better and stay on course and dodge and juke and do all these amazing things, and that means it's using some of its CPs, so it gets to fire one time. Here it goes. Miss! Just miss for the patrol boat.
At least it's here to soak up damage.
Over to the crystal ships. How did they all go down? Oh boy, that's annoying.
Yeah, I don't know what you did there.
That one was down. They shouldn't be linked. That's weird.
I think they're all at full.
Oh, they're linked. Yeah. No, one was. No, you're right. Yeah, 2 hits, 2 damages. Yep. Okay, I'll have to keep track of them manually. They're linked for some reason. Oh, because they're the same ship. Yeah. That's why it's same character sheet. Okay. Crystal ships. 2 are firing at the patrol boat. 2 are firing at the Harsh Mistress. But first, it's trying to crash your systems. June B opposed.
Bullshit.
Come on. No.
Okay, -1 CP.
Get it.
And that's his own buff. He's buffed. Okay, crystal ships. 2 shots at the patrol boat, first of all.
The
Patrol
hire a
boat.
new comms officer.
You are 15-4. Oh, but that doesn't matter.
Very appropriate that my character is
AC 14.
very
AC 14.
overconfident.
Miss on the patrol boat. Second one. Miss on the patrol boat. 2 shots against the Harsh Mistress. But first, some special effects. Harsh Mistress, here we go. Some laser shots.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, Harsh Mistress. 2 shots. What's your AC?
16.
16. Here we go. Miss. Hit. 4 points of damage, armor piercing.
Oh yeah, I'll take the 4. That's fine.
Roll.
Okay, Harsh Mistress, you're up. Hello?
Matt?
Do we lose people here?
Yeah, I'm here. I was just clicking all the buttons.
So,
All right.
All of the buttons?
It's a lot of button clicks to get that list.
is there a plan you need to agree before execution, Captain?
All right. Same as before, Kira and Yuri. You got this. Just keep blasting through those guys.
Yep.
They're more dangerous than the quarterback. I wouldn't say quarterback. All right, so captain's up first. I'll make the bridge use 2 less. Engineering droids will do their duty. We get 2 CPs at the start. And bridge, you're up. So you'll use 2 less CPs for.
Yeah, and we are going on evasive still. No problem.
Awesome.
Comms.
How many? I'm sorry, you gave us 2 additional CP. So what?
Yeah.
What are we at?
We're at 2.
If you click
The
on the
gun.
ship, you can just see it change over time.
Oh,
It's the green bubble. Yeah, Gunnery's going to use that.
okay. Okay. I'd like to go above and beyond if I could. Oh, on a failure, you take a negative command point. Never mind. I will just do my duty.
Duty.
So
Sorry.
3.
Oh no, I guess that also has a. I don't know. I get that gives a bonus. I guess I don't have anything to do, so I guess.
Yeah, then you just do your duty. So you give us a command point.
It winds up being a surplus command point, but
Yeah,
that is what it is.
for now.
Because we only have 1 gun.
Yeah, if we had 2 guns, that would be huge.
Yeah.
Okay, I think over to Gunnery.
Yuri.
Gunnery.
Yuri, first of all, who
twice.
are you shooting at?
Probably who shot us.
Yes. So you just roll twice, and he takes the better. Oh.
Yeah!
We'll take that.
Yuri's angry.
All right. And it looks like this. Flak exploding. Flak exploding. Flak exploding. Okay, which one are you shooting at? Front one of the crystal ships on your rank? Okay, 8 points of damage. Boom, gone. Anything else, Harsh Mistress?
That's it.
Patrol boat is up. Patrol boat is doing all sorts of stuff. It's juking, it's diving, it's weaving. It's trying to get its comms up. It's trying to unjam the jammer. And it's taking one shot.
Very agile for a large ship.
Boom!
Nice.
14 points of damage, disintegrates one of those. And I deleted my guys, but they're up now. I deleted the wrong one, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Harsh Mistress, first of all. Jamming incoming. Opposed test.
Come on, do be proud!
Come on, June B.
Oh.
So it's at least
Oh, equal. Oh,
Whoa. Whoa, my god, I have to read it. Crash. Anasic opposed.
Yeah,
I'll give it to the players for now, but I won't set a precedent. I think actually he gets it because his target number is
Yeah.
the opposed. So he gets it. So
I-
yes, you're minus.
uh,
I looked it up
oh,
for a pursuit. It's definitely that the opposed roll is the target number, and therefore if you hit it, if it's a tie, the attacker wins.
sounds right.
So because the check result ends up being the target number. So the target number is 7. He hit the target number. So you're minus 1 CPs, and he's also juking, and that is successful. Okay, the crystal ships with their 4 CP. But only. Yeah, no, they can fire twice. All right, they are now firing twice. They were only firing one time before. They veer close to both of you, and the little one actually backs off a little bit. It seems to be like humming strangely, and they're each opening up with 2 shots because they get 4
Does it seem
CP
like
in it.
they're less agile when they do this?
We will see. All right, so 2 shots against the patrol boat. First one hit. Second one hit. 7 points of
Well,
damage against a patrol boat. The
that's
patrol
a bad
boat
one.
takes a crisis against the 5.
I think NPCs can do that once
Yep.
ever. Yeah.
Okay, so their fuel tanks have been shot, and their fuel is being jetted into space, and they're going to be busy with that on their next turn. That's the crystal ship. So 2 shots now. Crystal ship against the Harsh Mistress. Ready? 2 shots. What's your AC, Harsh Mistress?
16. Thanks
Okay.
to Akira.
Hold on a second. Something very important.
I don't know if it's very important.
That last one.
Okay, here we go. First shot from the crystal ship against the Harsh Mistress.
Hold it together.
2, we'll take that.
Second and
Can
last shot this round.
Okay.
Miss.
Ooh, that
Yeah,
was
the
a big
price-
damage,
The
too.
critices are bad. I don't want to take one if we don't need to.
Harsh Mistress.
Hey.
For the record, any of us can request a crisis, and just with your thing, Captain, you can request a second one.
Also, I'm a warrior, and I think I can use my once a day ability to instantly make something one miss.
Not with a
can't.
ship. So only
Oh, not with
caveat.
the are you sure?
Yep. You can
Darn
auto hit if you like, Yuri. You can auto hit, but you don't get the auto miss. Sorry. Okay, 10-minute round. There's dobbing and weaving. They have zoomed past. They've blasted and they're zooming past and they're circling around. The Harsh Mistress is circling. First, you talk.
All right, let's clear that last one. On us.
Agreed.
All right.
I'm
The
sorry.
droids go
Did I
about
miss?
doing.
Can I just clarify again? How many exact point? How many? We have 5, but we're reduced down to 4 right now.
No, it builds
Yeah.
up on your action, so you have a variable amount of CP depending on who's gone.
Right. So when Sakimi goes,
Yes,
I
we have
see.
-1.
Oh,
she has,
okay.
she has a focus that provides 2 CP for the ship.
Yep.
I see.
So
Okay.
we go up to 1 when the round starts. Then engineering droids do their duty. They bring us up to 2.
Gotcha.
Then the captain goes. I'm going to say the bridge uses 2 less command points to do their action.
Okay.
Bridge goes.
Bridge goes and does
Oh,
the exact result necessary for evasive maneuvers.
oh,
Nice.
is it 9? Whew.
It's 9, yeah.
All right. And then the comms, again, you don't have much to do.
So wait, hold on. Let's be super clear. June B, you have 2 CP. You can do anything you want with those 2 CP, but the captain has requested that you leave those for Yuri. But June B, you get 2 CP at the moment if you want to use them up.
Yes.
I gotcha. No, I don't want to take them.
So
Okay,
June B,
so-
do you want to do something off of your general action list?
No. Oh well, just do my duty.
Yep.
Do your duty.
Just in
Okay.
case. Yeah, who knows? I don't know if there's like interrupts or anything that makes us lose command points. That's why I'm doing it like this. Who knows?
Okay,
Right.
to Yuri.
So, gunnery.
Gunnery.
And same as before, click it twice because you have flak and these are considered fighters.
But I do
Oh,
Nice.
damn.
You're a machine.
All right.
All Yuri's good at.
it.
You know what that means.
Should set this as my alarm sound.
And boom.
All right, and that clears out our CPs because our round is over.
Okay, over to the patrol boat. The patrol boat is ducking, it's wiving, it's juking, it's duking, and it's taking 1 shot.
Ooh.
Boom. Crystal
That's a
ship's
heavy
turn.
weapon.
The small one attempts to escape combat. First question, Akira, do you want to pursue?
Hell no.
Okay, the
Hell
patrol
yes.
boat is not pursuing either. So the crystal ship, the small one that was vibrating blue, like zips away, and you are out of combat.
Akira, get us out of here. Junmi, patch me in.
You know how much this footage could have earned us if we had taken down that ship?
Yuri is yelling in Russian over the intercom. It just sounds very angry.
I'm turning off towards deep space while our ship sparks.
Junbi, patch me into the patrol boat.
Alright, I patch you over.
Patrol boat, this is the Harsh Mistress, Captain Taylor. How are you guys doing over there?
Captain Taylor, this is Lieutenant. First off, thank you so much. Really appreciate the assistant. We were missing a little bit there. We did have a big problem. We'd lost some fuel, but we've managed to get that contained, and we can make it to the orbital now. We are changing course, and we are headed directly to the orbital. It looks like that fight's about to start. We're a little bit behind, but we need to get there and help out. You're coming along?
No, like I said, we need to head out of system. If this was my ship, I would help you. But we need to get out of system. We'll follow the orders of the orbital and steer clear. Tell the rear admiral that Captain Taylor says she sends her best.
Just looking for the name here.
I know you had it. It was
There
up
we
there
go.
somewhere.
Captain Mistress, Captain Taylor, Harsh Mistress, Gateway registered ship. This is Lieutenant Utlier. On my authority for the Gateway Republic military, I command you to escort us in. You will follow my command. Understood?
I'll return back. I do not own this vessel. You do not have the authority.
We
Contact
are
the owner.
severely damaged.
We're severely damaged.
I don't
Harsh
think you.
Mistress,
I don't think you understand me, Harsh Mistress. This is a direct order. You're the captain of that ship. Turn it around now. Escort us back to that station. You're helping in this fight.
What do I know about the laws, if anything, Space Master? They have the authority
Do you have
to
no?
commandeer. No, I could make a roll.
Yep. Make a no test.
What is it? Int?
You tell me. Usually
Wisdom?
int, I would say. Yeah.
Can I take this roll on your behalf, depending on your no score?
Yeah. You can.
Oh.
You can give me the best no. Who's got the best no?
Not me.
Certainly not me.
If it's no plus int, then I'm at +0 for it, I guess.
Well, I'm at a -1, so.
Ditto that. Well, I bid a 0, but whatever. You can have it.
All right. I will attempt to look up the bylaws.
I just know
target-
them offhand. Yeah.
Yeah. Target number. Like it's obscure, right? And it's a little gray. For that reason, I'm going to say target number 7.
Doesn't matter.
Oh my god.
What is this?
It's not clear.
Wow.
Are you like rolling snake eyes for every roll?
At least one of them.
Sakimi, it's not clear. This is certainly an unusual request. Whether or not there's a letter of a law buried in deep inside of some military manual and you'll find out about it later, you don't know.
Don't you have like authority or something? Some special diplomacy skill to get us out of it?
I do. Let me just see if it even applies. Hold on. One more last ditch effort. Focus.
Akira, the patrol boat has already turned and changed its course directly to the orbital. Like during the fight, obviously it was zooming around in different directions. During the fight now, you're also zoomed around in a random direction. Akira, are you staying on that random direction? Are you turning towards the orbital, or are you turning towards a deeper outer system?
I am turning towards deep space.
You let me know, Space Master, if that would apply. If not, I'll respond with words.
This works. She's not openly hostile to you.
All right.
It may be harmful or extremely uncharacteristic, but you have to. So first of all, say what you want to say, then make the roll.
Yep. I'll say, look, we're a merchant vessel. We took heavy damage from those things. I'm following the order of your orbital to steer clear as a civilian vessel. We do wish you the best. I wish the circumstances were different.
All right, roll it.
Charisma lead against their morale.
1 second. I got morale. Might as well know your
Yeah, it's always helpful to know.
target number up front. Give me 1 second. 8.
Oh.
Hey.
The
What the hell did I roll? 6 + 3 + 2 + 1. Okay.
Yeah, super.
1 + 2 + 3 + 1?
Understood, Harsh Mistress. We were not aware of the amount of damage that it took. Best of luck to you. Get patched up and wish us the best. We're going in.
Godspeed. Cut the communication.
Patrol boat hits its afterburners, turns towards the orbital, and blasts off the screen.
And we make best time out of system.
Yeah, I'll radio the whole ship. Yuri, everyone, good job. That I don't even know what just happened, but we're still in one piece, at least for today.
I say it's some bullshit, and we lived through it. So
Yeah, good flying, Akira.
thank you. Good. Everybody, group effort.
Yeah.
Couldn't have done it without everybody. So
All right, we're heading to the outer belt.
Awesome. On your combat display, you see a number of fights happening. Some of the distress signals get snuffed out. Some of the distress signals continue. And it does look like at least one or two of the non-military fights were successful.
They had flat cannons.
The second largest group is headed in towards the asteroid belt, and their signals get lost in and amongst the asteroid belt, but there's combat occurring all over it. The largest group is headed now around the orbital, and a giant fight takes place. You can't really track the individual things that are happening, but your sensors show ships exploding. Your sensors show all sorts of different weapons firing, and your sensors show, again, those weird smears. The smear that's there is at least 10 times, if not larger, than the smear that intercepted with you. After a few short hours, you transition past the asteroid belt and you're out into the outer belt. Out in the outer belt, there are a few smears as well. They are on intercept courses with other civilian ships that have made their escapes and are attempting to go. But it's and you can't tell without interrogating it if those other smaller smears are going to overtake those other ships or not. They're kind of like vague signals right now, so you could check it out more if you wanted to or not.
I feel like Harsh Mistress is not made for this type of action.
Oh well, we're not changing course, but if you can get any sensor readings, I'm trying to get as much information together as possible, Junbi.
Certainly. Recording is on full 4K. I guess at this point it's probably 4M, 4G. Ooh.
And Akira, I assume you're still attempting to go extra fast, correct?
Yeah, I'm making the absolute best time I possibly can to a point where a jump is possible.
Yep. So Akira, you'll be considered drive 2, so rather than 48 hours, it takes you 24 hours. Okay, guess Junbi's not going to make that sensor test. So a day passes, you're in space. You're in the confines of your ship, which, although it's a bit scorched up, is holding together rather well. Your cargo is nice and safe down in the cargo hold, and you've got a whole day that happens. You don't have to do much if you don't want, but just checking in Sakimi.
Yeah, Sakimi's packaging up everything that we've recorded and just kind of keeping that file open, including communications between myself and that patrol boat, or us and the patrol boat, and certainly our fight with the alien vessels, and just trying to get a good, huge data packet together to share when the time comes.
Akira.
Yeah, I sort of drift between laying down in my bunk, piloting the ship as necessary, heating up instant noodles, and taking quick spins on that arcade machine.
Yuri.
Yeah.
Yuri finally cleaned up and fresh clothes. Definitely would be walking around, working out. The first few hours probably giving some death stares to Akira, still grumbling about not getting to kill the blue ship. But eventually that passes and he's just, happily doing push-ups and drinking vodka.
And is Junbi back?
Yes. Sorry, just got back.
Junbi, did you want to interrogate the sensors and try to get more information about those other signals in the outer system?
Yeah. Yes.
Into program.
Don't you love how optimistic I am? All right. Hey!
Hey, that's
There
not
you
bad.
go.
A passing grade.
Okay, so there's 3 other things of note in the outer system that Junebee pulls up on the scanners. One is there's a Gansu registered ship, and the other 2 are both Gateway registered ships. They are all moving as fast as they can, but it's clear that the smears are going to overtake them. The smears are anywhere between 4 and 6 ships. It's hard to make it out even at that success level, Junebee, and that tells you something. Like they're hard to get a specific lock on sensors. Over the course of the 24 hours, every hour, the crystalline ship smear gets 10% closer, then 10% closer. Now it's 25% closer. Now it's 50% closer. Now, in 1 hour, the smears are going to overtake them. After that
Who are the
hour,
Gansu again?
sorry,
Who are the Gansu again? I don't see them.
Gansu's on
It's
Trello. It's the top set system.
another system.
Oh, it's
That's
just
all.
a system. Oh, it wasn't a. It's not a faction. Okay, gotcha. I'm with you.
They're a faction and a system. And eventually the crystalline smears overtake those ships that you were able to get a sensor lock on. You see combat break out in those 3 spots, and then the combat stops, and those ship signals disappear.
Doesn't seem like a good thing.
In the outer belt, the comms on that was like 2 hours, so you're conscious that you're seeing like a signal of a fight that's done. So by the time the ship explodes and you see the transponder vanish, you know that it's 2 hours later.
Okay. Well, that's helpful information to have.
And Junebee, just checking, you don't have to do anything. 24 hours passes Junebee in the outer system. Do you want to do anything?
I'm just planning on. I'm coming up with various plans about who we're going to sell this data to, based on whether or not Sakimi does the noble thing, which I feel like she's going to do, which is to release it to whoever, military, governmental official. So I'm planning to sell it to journalists and people instead. Yeah.
Okay, the ship after 1 day is positioned far enough on the edge of the outer system that it's totally separate, far enough away from the gravity well of the star at the center of the system, and you are able to make a spike jump now, Akira. Tell me how you want
Excellent.
to plan for the jump, but don't make the roll yet.
Well, I mean, I'm going to plan on jumping back to Gateway, and trimming it. Well, actually, I'm going to check all the systems on the ship to make sure that it's good to jump. There's nothing weird going on.
That's
He did take damage.
Yep, it's a great question. The ship is okay. It's physical damage only so far to hull, and the damage that was averted to the turret. None of the other systems have been damaged. So the hull is still solid. It's worn, but it's solid.
Okay. Then based on that, since our rudder is the same as it was when we came out, I'm going to plan to just do a basic drill but trim it.
Awesome. Totally understood. So later, don't roll it yet. That'll be a 7. It's less than a month old, so that's down to a 5, and you're going to trim back up to a 7, and I believe you will auto succeed on that.
Automatic succeed. Yep.
That's great. And you feel no need to rush this at all, right?
No, there's nothing within half an hour of us.
Yeah, that's correct. Those contacts were 2 hours away by light speed, which ships do not move. It'd be a lot longer to actually get there.
Yeah, I mean, if anything is within like an hour of us, I will rush it and still be successful.
Nope. There were. Imagine how vast the outer sector is, and there were only 3 of those contacts in it, so they're very far away.
Yeah, if something magically showed up, is what I'm saying.
Got it. Nothing
not
magically.
That those
showed
are,
up.
but if then take my time and we'll just punch out of here.
Okay. Boom! Into metaspace. The shimmering blue lights streaking by the windows. There are a number of windows on the Harsh Mistress. And everything lurches forward, your stomach and your throat a little tiny bit, except Akira, who's done this more than a couple times. And the whole ship is kind of like humming and creaking just a little bit as it's making its way through basically an alternate dimension. The spike drive itself is warmed up, it's humming. There's like a weird blue glow coming off of it, etc., etc. At least 3 days is going to pass. June B, you had been trying to hack the system of the ship itself before to get that data. You had never had a whole day free to try to do that. Now you have a couple days free.
Hey, great. I will begin my project once more.
Okay, so it's a target number 10. On day number 1, it's a target number 10 program int test. You know if you fail, the ship alarm is going to go off. You're not sure what the repercussions of that are before you tried to override the alarm first.
I'd like to try to override the alarm first.
Okay, so that's a target number 8.
Is this? Can I hack it with my skill?
Yeah, this is hacking all the way around.
Hey.
Okay, so the alarm has been suppressed. Now is the actual hack roll.
Okay. Oh, boo. That's even with the dropped one.
Okay, that's day 1.
Okay. And with the suppressed alarm, I would like to use a line shunt to make it stay suppressed.
Okay, cool. Is that if that is in the book, then go for it. Sounds good to me.
Yep, that is a book device.
Yep.
Sweet. So
Okay.
the alarm stays suppressed. Great. Okay, so that's day 1 for Junbi, who's intently focused. You don't have to do anything, just checking in. Sakimi, day 1.
Nope, nothing monumental.
Akira.
I continue my pattern of noodles, sleeping, flying, and video games.
Yuri.
Same pattern: lifting, eating, drinking.
You notice after a little while that on the engineering console down in the lower operations, there's a droid that's been there the whole time. As you walk by, it kind of beeps and whirs, like hopefully at you, but it's maintaining its position at its station.
I'm assuming we rotate them out.
There's no reason to rotate them unless you want to rotate them.
Oh, they don't need to recharge or anything?
Nope.
Oh. Then he gets ignored by me, at least.
Okay, day number 2 in Metaspace. Junbi, you want to try to hack?
Yeah.
Okay, target number 10.
Hey.
Junbi, congratulations, you fulfill a short-term character goal. Junbi, you get some data from the core of the system. Are you keeping it to yourself, or are you sharing it with the team?
I'll read what it is first.
Okay, I'm going to send you something on Discord. Ready?
Yep.
Oh, sorry, it needs a sentence in the beginning. That's the sentence in the beginning. See that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, day 2, Yuri.
We have 3 days in space, right?
Yeah, it'll be 3 days in hyperspace.
You'd probably get bored and start poking at the suit we brought aboard. The giant weapon. Just seeing if, what the hell it is. Kind of lifting the covers, poking at it, see if any lights go on.
A serious amount of work was done to obscure the mech underneath various panels that were welded with tons of material dumped on top of it. You can definitely, over the course of the days, undo all that, or you can choose to keep it hidden, but it's hard to just casually poke at.
Alright, never mind. He's just going to do nothing eventful then. His normal routine.
Akira, day 2?
Yeah, same old, same old. This is, Yeah, this is the boring part of the job.
Sakimi?
Yeah, Sakimi will finish writing the letter to Terakai's family and make sure everything's all prepared as much as she can from here with no comms.
Okay. And Junbi, your hack is done. You have that data.
Yeah, I see that. This first file, any actual like security credentials that came with it? Like
These are
anything-
all electronic identification files. So as far as anything is concerned, the holder of that electronic identification file is that person.
Okay. Okay. All right, I'll think about this for a second. So, but I will do nothing.
Okay. Day 3. I'm on. I'm online. Yeah. 20 more minutes and I'm done.
Nothing else.
Sakimi?
Nothing crazy.
Yuri?
Same old.
Kira, you were the same. Junbi, day 3?
Yeah, same.
Junbi, you going to share any information or no?
Just that maybe when we land, when we get back to Gateway, there's an address that we might want to look at in the orbital residence above Gateway. I could point you in the right direction for it.
What, does Junbi just say this like during dinner or something?
Yes, you're at dinner. It's the night before you're going to come out of Metaspace, and Junbi's offering some info in game.
What do you mean by that?
Is this one of your little meetups, Junbi?
Nothing that fun, but opportunity to make some money.
Well, I think we'll do one thing at a time.
Yeah, let's get on the ground, get rid of the stuff that we've got, and then talk about the next job.
Okay.
Wherever or whatever that might be. But if you got a lead, that's probably good for the crew, right?
Seems like that's how life is out here.
Okay, the third day ends. And Akira, the ship is about to come out of metaspace and into normal space. No roll needed, correct?
Correct.
No roll needed. Okay. And June, you come out of metaspace into normal space. You are in the home system of Gateway. Congratulations. The first thing that happens is data washes all over the ship. There's news updates, there's routine updates, there's data transmissions, there's personal messages waiting for people. Do you want to look at the news? In the day and a half you have to get back to Gateway.
Yeah, may as well.
As well. No reason not to.
Of course, we're probably the first ones out of there, I'd assume.
It's not something you can confirm, but Akira goes really fast. Well, here's what's in the news. Tensions are high between the Gateway Mercantile Organization and the reformed Gansu Trade Collective. Executives from the GMO have accused Gansu of funding the group of pirates who were behind the series of attacks earlier this month. They claim Gansu is trying to disrupt the all-time high volume of trade flowing from the Rimworlds back to Gateway. Comrade Ganchulga, bat buyer of Gansu, the head of the RGTC, denied the claims. The paranoid bourgeoisie of Gateway do not seem to understand that their obsession with profit at all costs is disrupting the peace in this region. These pirates attacked because it is the only option left for them after this so-called republic destroyed their homes and their livelihoods. If Gateway wants peace, in their trade lanes, and they should withdraw from Gansu space immediately. News item number 2. Commissioner Brandt of the Gateway Salvage Board says the price of contracts for the chance to retrieve lost technology is skyrocketing. It seems the death of 17 contractors over the last 3 months has slowed down applications for these potentially lucrative search and retrieve missions. Many viewers remember that exotic salvage was all the rage last year in 3191, accelerated by the hollow reality series Hidden Lives of the Salvage Crew. Series winner Shirley Murphy became an instant millionaire after her discovery and sale of pre-tech artifacts deep in the southern jungles. Commissioner Brandt said, "It's a simple matter of supply and demand. The supply of explorers has gone down and the demand for these expeditions has gone up. This won't last forever. I expect we'll receive a new burst of applications soon." This news item sponsored by the Gateway Salvage Board. And final news item. In lighter news, the local monks are getting ready for Paranirvana Day, which arrives in just a few weeks. They are sweeping out the temples and preparing them for pilgrims from all over Gateway, who will come to honor the death of the physical body of the Buddha. And if all that talk about death has got you down, remember Paranirvana Day is also Party Hardy Day. The mega popular DJ B-Live is headlining the massive festival planned for the holy city of Touchpoint. So whether you're coming to reflect on the impermanence of life and the eventual loss of your physical body, or whether you just want to party all night long, be part of the cool crowd at Paranirvana Day.
Very colorful.
Okay.
I want to go to Paranirvana Day. But not with you guys, no offense.
Yuri, you have a private
Jim?
message. I sent it to you. Sakimi, you have a private message. I'm sending it to you. Junbi, you have private messages as well from the quad. Nothing that would be game specific at this moment. Akira, you've got some messages as well. Nothing game specific.
I send them all the memes that I've made.
It's clear from the news update that nothing about what happened in Sirocco has made the news here in Gateway.
Hey, this is an opportunity to make some money.
Yeah, how do we get patched in with Gateway?
You
Gateway
can
News Network.
you can communicate with Gateway from the outer belt. It's a couple hours to send the message.
Yeah,
Sell it to
Jimmy,
the news networks.
I'm not looking to. I mean, you can do that at the same time, but I'm going to let the Republic know what's going on.
Well, the Republic will know once the news networks publish it. And besides, it's not like you have to keep it secret from the Republic, forever. You just need to keep it secret from the Republic for, 27 hours or however long the average Gateway day is. The news just wants the first scoop. They don't want to be the only holders of the information.
Yeah, but who knows what those crystal entities are going to be doing from here on out?
Frankly,
Yeah, but they're not going to do it in 4 hours. Just give them a 4-hour window to burst the scoop. Charge
it's
them for the
entirely
right.
plausible that we are the only ship that made it out of that system.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll tell everybody. I'm just saying, let the news pay us for the scoop. It's just advanced information. They're getting it on a quicker timeline.
I fear the time that will be lost could cost lives.
But we saw in the scopes, none of them were very close behind us. 4 hours? That's nothing.
We have no idea what their transwarp time could be. They're hella fast in real space.
Yeah, Jim B, patch me in with Gateway Military, please.
Yeah, if their real space speed reflects their warp speed, they could have beaten us here, even with all the shortcuts that I took.
All right,
So.
I'll patch into. You owe these people nothing, Sakimi.
I don't think it's about what she owes those people, Junpei. I think it's about what she owes herself.
That's what it's always about, Akira.
All right. I'll patch into the government.
Okay, so from the outer belt, it's a one-way communication since, you're still very, very far away, and I'm assuming you want to send it sooner than later, so you'll have to make a data packet and just transmit it.
All right. Yeah, I'll send that to you offline if you want. Just the message that I send and the data that I send.
Yep, that's
That's
totally
fine.
fine.
Cool.
Who
Send it
are
ahead of
you
time.
sending it to?
What kind of military or government contacts would I be able to send this to?
Yeah, there's definitely like report this activity either to police on the physical planet of Gateway or to the Republic military itself, which is responsible for space.
Yeah, the Republic military.
Yep, you can get a communication address for that to send a one-way data packet.
All right, that's what I'll do.
At
I'll
the
detail
same
it.
time, I would also like to send out a query letter to news organizations, letting them know that we have news of a extraordinary event that happened in Sirocco, and just a tiny 2-second clip of some action.
Are you sending that at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Junbi, can you also find out if Mara's on Gateway? And just send a message letting her know we're
Yeah.
back in system. Maybe she'll get back to us.
I'll send a message to Mara with some sort of reference to a old board game that we played at board game night that lets her know that the job has been completed.
I really don't need to know the details.
Some sort of inside joke.
Sure.
Junbi, on your system-wide chat with friends platform, you know the signal is delayed, but it shows Mara has been offline for 2 weeks.
Okay. Well, I'll still let her know that the mission has been done, but
Yeah.
coded.
Yeah, because she'll get the message when she pops in, just like we got our messages, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then as you transition, anybody want to do anything else in the outer belt?
Yeah, there's one more thing, but I can send it to you offline. It's fine.
And as you transition into the outer belt, there's a communication that's sent. So this is where the asteroids are at the edge. There's asteroid base refueling stations and such. Akira, you're conscious that you have 0 spike fuel. And there's a request for an incoming message. Junbi, do you want to let it through? It's from the asteroid base.
Yeah, we'll let it through.
It says, "Hello, my friend, harsh mistress. We missed you so much. Come on down for cheap spike fuel. We can refill your tanks for 1,000 credits. See you soon."
That's Space Costco.
Akira, you know space is the right spot to get spike fuel. It's much more expensive on planet.
Or this ship can spend a little bit of time in space and get its own spike fuel.
Correct?
Yeah.
Or it's not our ship, and we don't even know if we're gonna have it for another mission. So
There's also that.
So would you like to stop at the asteroid base?
I am not inclined to.
No.
Okay, awesome. You're passing through the inner belt, and I'm assuming transponders are on the whole time, correct?
Yeah, we're flying like citizens.
Okay, you will by this point have gotten responses back from sending the data packet. We will do that off board. And if you would like now, you can request authorization and land in Gateway. As always, there's a routine customs query, but we'll skip that for now as well. And you can enter Gateway if you would like, correct?
That sounds perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, congratulations, you have made it back to Gateway.
Excellent.
And you land back in the same place. I'm assuming you want to land back in High Cape, where you blasted off from?
Yeah, no reason not to. It's one of the main ports, and it's where Mars is based out of. So
Okay, that is it. We are going to end with the Harsh Mistress touching down in the spaceport on the city of High Cape, and you have successfully gotten back to the planet.
Hooah!
Cool.
Boo.
Good job, team.
Any questions before we go through XP?
not particularly.
Okay, so base. Did you overcome a dangerous obstacle?
Yes.
All right,
Just a bit.
plus
2.
1 XP for everybody. Now, we split these questions out, so you have to answer this next one too. Did you explore a new and mysterious location?
Don't think so.
I
Not
agree.
Insides of some
precisely.
exploded crystal ships.
Yeah, I agree with that one. And remember, you can always write a character journal for plus 1 base. So right now you're at 1. We didn't do a mission, and it's not a mission just to get back home. You didn't choose to stop anyplace else at this time, and it wasn't predetermined, so no mission. Okay, so complete a character achievement. So June B, you get plus 1 for the hack.
Hey.
Sakimi, what is your qualification?
Oh yeah, it was the. Oh, it's not on that page anymore. It's on the front page. There it is. Yes. So walkabout, yeah. So now that I'm back on Gateway, I think that one is completed.
Yup, close enough for me. So plus 1 for Sakimi. And did everyone now complete their character achievements?
Yes.
All right, that's
I
an
believe so.
extra plus 1 for everybody. So that is 2 XP base, 3 XP for Sakimi, and 3 XP for Junbi, and a potential plus 1 extra XP if you get a character journal in before the next game, and the next game is scheduled for 2 weeks from now.
Sounds good.
I don't have the survey ready. It's asking me to pay for something, so I need to look and see why SurveyMonkey's being a problem. But I will get the survey link out ASAP. Pretty please take 1 whole minute and complete the survey quite soon. Your feedback is super appreciated.
And we're all doing new short-term goals. Is that correct?
Yeah, we can talk about that on the here. I'll end the stream.